Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Children, today in our fourth chapter of agriculture, part 5, we will study about the agricultural development. Now, what is an agricultural development? See, children, agricultural development refers to the effort made to increase the farm production in order to meet the growing demand of the increasing population. We all know that our India is an agrarian country and agriculture is our main, what you can say, activity which has been done for the development, right? So that is what to meet, but simultaneously our population is also growing day by day. Now to meet those requirements of the growing population, agricultural development is a must. If agricultural development is not there, then how we will grow more crops? I'll tell you, in the previous lecture also I have shown you that this is the Indian farmer who is owning just 1.5 or 2.5 hectare land. Whereas in USA, more than 250 to 300 hectare land individual farmer is having, is owning. So that is the difference. See again the development will also differ from India and USA. That we will see in detail in our next topic also. But here I am just giving you brief idea. Now, to meet the agricultural development, this can be achieved in many ways, such as first is increasing the crop area. Now, here instead of 1.5 or 2.5 hectare, the crop area should be increased. Yes, you can utilize the extra places also or extra fields also where right now nothing is being grown. You can use the barren lands also where this crops can be grown. After some processes, that land can be converted into somewhat productive. I am not telling that it will give good fertility and it will have a good fertility and it will give a good amount of production. No, but at least somewhat, yes, you can work hard on that, right? So that is the first point. Second point, the number of crops grown. That is the number of crops grown. Here the number of crops grown which are yearly, our farmer is hardly taking 1 or 2 crops. So instead of 1 or 2 crops, you can also think about 2 to 3 crops. So yearly that way the crops can be increased this way. Number of crops can be increasing that way. Next, irrigation facility. Yes, as we all know that in India we have an inadequate rainfall. So to meet that or to beat that irregular rainfall, irrigation facilities are there. So we need to improve our irrigation facilities, right? Now use of fertilizers. Yes, best fertilizers. Otherwise organic manure you can use, household manure you can use, composted manure you can use, and high yield variety seeds you can use to improve your production, right? So that is how the agricultural development will increase. Mechanization, yes, mechanization. Today many machines have been introduced and many machines are being working in the field. So that way mechanization takes place in the field. So the production of agriculture will be improved. Instead of using those primitive tools, why are you not using the machines which have been introduced for harvesting, for weeding, for sowing? So that will give you good production, right? So this way the development is possible. The ultimate aim of the agricultural development is to increase the food security. Children, the food security you will learn in 9th standard, but I will give you brief information about the food security. What is the food security? Government always keep the secured food in case if any pandemic or any epidemic or any disaster occurs in the country, then these secured foods will help to overcome from that pandemic, from that epidemic, from that calamities, natural calamities or whatever it is. Right now we are going under the pandemic situation, that is COVID-19, right? On the initial basis, government has declared and they have provided free of cost food to all peoples, right? So that is what? That is the food security. Government is not charging any cost for that. So for that security, for that situation, food is being secured by the government. So that is also must, yes. Now agriculture has developed at different places in different parts of the world. Everywhere the production or the crops are not same, right? As we have seen in the previous lectures also. Now developing country with a large population usually practice intense where crops are grown on the small holding, mostly for the subsistence. Yes, they are doing intensive. We have seen in the beginning that intensive farming, right? So mostly the developing countries, those countries who are developing, I'm not talking about the developed country. Children, so make it very clear, it is a developing country. A developing country such as India, with a large population, as we have a large population, usually practice intensive agriculture where crops are grown on the small holdings. Yes, this is a small holding, mostly for the subsistence. Right? So this is what it has been clear. I hope it has been clear with you all. Now larger holdings are more suitable for the commercial agriculture. Yes, the larger holdings, say for example USA, it is only for the commercial purpose, commercial basis, right? As USA, right? This is what Canada and Australia. With the help of two case studies of a farm, one from India and another from the USA, let us understand about the agricultural development in the developing country as well as the developed country. First, we will see it is about the farm in India, right? Now here we will see that there is a small village. Yes, you can see in the picture also a small village and a farmer having small plot of land, right? Here it has been given also, example also given, and it has been clearly mentioned. Village Adilabad in Ghazipur district of Uttar Pradesh. Munna is the small farmer in his village who has a farmland of about 1.5 hectares, as I have mentioned in the example previously. His house is in the main village. Now, his house is in the main village. He has to travel from the village to his farm daily and up and down, right? So, he purchased high yielding varieties of the seed from the market every alternate years. He is not buying high yield variety of seeds every year, but every alternate years. Means 1 year he will buy, 1 year he will skip, and again another year he will buy. So the land is fertile and he grows at least 2 crops in a year, which are normally wheat or rice and pulses, right? One main course, that is either it is wheat or rice, and another one, that is the second one, will be the pulses. The farmer takes advice of his friend and elders as well as government. As you all know that our government is running what you can say call centers 24/7. If any farmer has any problem, he can just call to the agricultural officer anytime. And whatever problem he is having, any issues related farming, he can sort it out through that toll-free numbers given to them, right? So here he takes help of even government also as well as his friends also, right? And he practices accordingly, whatever advices he receives, accordingly he practices in his farming. And he takes a tractor on a rent for plowing because he is not running. Right now you can see here he has a tools, right? But sometimes he hires. It depends on whatever money he has. If he have more money, he can hire a tractor and he can go for that kind of a farming. So he takes a tractor on the rent for plowing his field, though some of his friends still use traditional method. Still, some of his friends use traditional methods like this, right? Traditional method for using bullocks for plowing, and there is a tube well in nearby his field. There might be some tube well nearby his field, which he takes on the rent for irrigating his field. Yes, so that he can have water in his field. He also hires that irrigation facility also for his farm. Now, what happens? Munna Lal also has 2 buffaloes and few hens. Now, this is an added income. Livestock, and I have told you in the beginning of the chapter what is agriculture, meaning of agriculture. He also has 2 bull buffaloes and few hens. Now, if he has a buffaloes, then he will be fetching a good amount of milk. Hens, yes, if he has a hens, then eggs or chickens will be provided from that. So this is a livestock. You can see that it is a livestock. Yes, he is having this livestock. He sells milk in the cooperative store located in nearby town. He is a member of a cooperative society because if he providing milk to cooperative society, then he has to be member of that particular cooperative society, right? Which also advise him on the type of fodder for his animal safety measures to protect the health of the livestock and artificial immunization. Now this is what an artificial immunization. So from which we can get a more milk and he can get a more eggs for the livestock, right? All the members of the family help him in the various farm activities. See, he is not hiring laborers from outside, but his family members, ultimately his family members, his near family members only, they help in some of the other activities in his farm. Sometimes he takes credit also from the bank or agricultural cooperative society to buy HYV seeds, that is high yield variety seeds, and implements that, right? Sometimes he asks a loan or he takes advance from the cooperative credit society to buy HYV seeds, because high yield variety seeds are a bit costly, so he cannot afford, but no doubt the production will be great. So that is what he is owing from the bank. He is asking loan or help from the bank. Now next, he sells his produce in the mandi, that is a market located in the nearby town. Nearby town we have a mandi sort of thing, so that is a small market type of there, where he sells all his production, what he has sold for the whole year. Since majority of the farms do not have a land storage facility, they are forced to sell the produce even when the market is unfavorable to them. In recent years, the government has taken some steps to develop the storage facility. Yes, the government is really working very hard to develop these facilities, these farm facilities or the storage house, so that the food can be secured well, right? Now we will see the farm in USA. Children, the average size of the farm, as I told you, in USA is much more than in India. Right here we have seen it is around about 250 to 300 hectares of land. So what obvious you can think, it is such a huge land, right? So what obvious personal or primitive methods here cannot work. He needs to have high technique mechanism for his farm, right? He cannot use laborers for using pesticides in his farm. He is using helicopters. You can see here in the picture. See here in the farm in US is such a big land that farmer is having, right? So a farmer generally resides in a farm, and the farmer, but obviously he is residing in a farm itself. Here you can see the farm places where he is residing, and these are the farms which he is owning, right? So that is what he resides there itself. And some of the major crops are grown as like crops, that is corn, soybean, wheat, cotton and sugar beet. Yes, sugar beet. Now, Johan, a farmer in a Midwest USA, is a lower state, owns 300 hectares of land. He grows corn on his field after making sure that soil, water resources meet the needs of this crop. He makes sure that everything is perfect. Water and soil, both are perfect to grow the maize, that is corn, right? Now, adequate measures are taken to control the pest. Yes, these are the measures he is using here. There are Indian farmers, he individually is doing that, he is sprinkling that pesticides with that hand pump and sort of thing, right? But here he is using helicopters and to spread pesticides to his farm. So that is a difference, right? So that is a very much sure, and pest can damage the crop. From time to time he sends the soil sample, and he is very much particular in this. He time to time makes his soil tasted in the laboratory. The fertility check is a must for him. So he is sending it to the laboratory check whether the nutrition or it is sufficient to grow a particular crop. That is, it may be crop, wheat, rice or anything else. So the result has job having to plan the scientific fertilizer program. His computer is linked to the satellite. Now again, he has a computer which is linked to the satellite, which gives him a precise picture of the field, and this helps him to use the chemical fertilizers, right? Fertilizers and pesticides. Now, whenever they are required, he uses tractors, seed drills. You can see here n number of things are done with this one tractor, because different sectors are there and different sections are there. After harvesting, the seeds are separated, that is called as a seed drilling, then labeling, combined harvesting and threshing to perform various agricultural operations. So one machine is doing the multiple things at the same time. So that is what to perform this agricultural operation. Grains are stored in a automated grain storage or dispatched to the market agency. Either it is being stored in a automated grain storage or it is being transferred to the market agencies, right? The farmer in USA works like a businessman. He is a big businessman and he owns a big huge property and he earns like anything, right? Business type. So he acts like a businessman and not like a peasant farmer as in India, right? Children, by this we end up this chapter. I will shortly give you notes and question answer. Till then, keep watching and read your textbook thoroughly. Thank you.